In the bustling city of Atlanta, where music flowed through the streets like a river, there lived a young boy named Malik. He was the son of the legendary R&B singer Marcus King, whose smooth voice and heartfelt lyrics had captivated millions. Despite his father's fame, Malik led a relatively normal life, attending a public high school where he was known more for his athletic prowess on the basketball court than for any musical talent. Malik had always been shy about his singing abilities, often feeling overshadowed by his father's illustrious career. He had a passion for music, but it was a private affair. He would sing in the shower or hum along to his favorite tracks while doing homework. His friends, however, were not aware of this hidden talent. They saw him as the cool kid who could dunk a basketball, but had no idea that he could also carry a tune. One day, during a particularly lively lunch period, Malik's friends were joking around about who could sing the best. The conversation quickly escalated into a playful challenge. "I bet Malik can't even sing a note," one of his friends teased, laughing. The group erupted in laughter, and Malik felt a familiar wave of embarrassment wash over him. "Come on, Malik. Prove us wrong. You should sing at the school talent show," another friend suggested, half-jokingly. The idea hung in the air, and Malik felt a mix of dread and excitement. He knew that if he sang, it would be a spectacle, especially since everyone knew who his father was. But the thought of performing in front of his peers made his stomach churn. As the days passed, the idea of the talent show loomed larger. Malik's friends continued to prod him, and he finally relented, agreeing to sing just to put an end to their teasing. "Fine. I'll do it," he declared, trying to sound confident. Little did he know that this decision would change everything. The day of the talent show arrived, and the school auditorium buzzed with energy. Students filled the seats, chatting excitedly about the performances to come. Malik stood backstage, his heart racing. He could hear the muffled sounds of applause and laughter from the audience, and he felt a knot tighten in his stomach. As he waited for his turn, he overheard snippets of conversation from his classmates. "I can't believe Malik is actually going to sing. This is going to be hilarious," one girl said, giggling. Malik's heart sank. He felt like a joke, a punchline waiting to happen. When his name was finally called, Malik stepped onto the stage, the bright lights blinding him momentarily. He could see the sea of faces in the audience, some smiling, others smirking. Taking a deep breath, he grabbed the microphone, his palms sweaty. He had chosen to sing a song that resonated with him, a soulful ballad that spoke of love and longing. As he began to sing, his voice trembled at first, but then something magical happened. The moment he hit the first high note, the laughter faded, replaced by an eerie silence. Malik poured his heart into the performance, and as he sang, he felt a transformation within himself. The audience was captivated. They had expected a joke, but what they received was something entirely different. Malik's voice soared through the auditorium, rich and powerful, echoing the legacy of his father while carving out his own identity. As Malik finished his song, the auditorium erupted into applause. The sound was deafening, a wave of appreciation that washed over him. He stood there, momentarily stunned, as the realization of what had just happened began to sink in. He had not only sung, he had connected with his audience in a way he never thought possible. Backstage, his friends rushed to congratulate him, their faces lit up with excitement. "Dude, that was amazing. I can't believe you kept that voice hidden," one of them exclaimed, clapping him on the back. Malik felt a rush of pride mixed with disbelief. He had stepped out of his comfort zone and discovered a part of himself he had long kept buried. Word of Malik's performance spread like wildfire throughout the school. Students who had once teased him now approached him with admiration. "You should definitely sing more often," they encouraged. Malik found himself at the center of attention, and for the first time, he felt like he belonged. As the days turned into weeks, Malik's confidence grew. He began to embrace his musical talent, practicing more and even writing his own songs. His friends became his biggest supporters, encouraging him to pursue music seriously. They would often gather in Malik's garage, where he would perform for them, experimenting with different styles and genres. One afternoon, while they were jamming, Malik's phone buzzed with a notification. It was a message from his father, Marcus King. "I heard about your performance, son. I'm so proud of you. Let's talk soon." Malik's heart raced. His father had always been a source of inspiration, but he had never fully understood the pressure Malik felt living in his shadow. A few days later, Marcus came to visit. They sat in the living room, surrounded by gold records and memorabilia from Marcus's illustrious career. "I saw the video of your performance," Marcus said, a proud smile on his face. "You have a gift, Malik. Don't be afraid to share it with the world." Malik felt a surge of emotion. His father's words meant everything to him. They talked for hours about music, dreams, and the challenges of being an artist. Marcus shared stories of his own struggles and triumphs, reminding Malik that every artist has their own journey. Inspired by their conversation, Malik decided to take a leap of faith. He began recording his own music, blending R&B with elements of hip-hop and soul. He poured his heart into every lyric, drawing from his experiences and emotions. With the support of his friends and family, he started to build a following on social media, sharing snippets of his songs and performances. As Malik's online presence grew, so did the interest from local music producers. He received invitations to perform at various events, and soon he found himself on stage again, this time not as a joke but as an emerging artist. Each performance brought him closer to his dream, and he began to see a future in music that he had never imagined before. However, with newfound fame came challenges. Malik faced criticism and comparisons to his father, which sometimes felt overwhelming. He struggled with the pressure to live up to Marcus's legacy while trying to carve out his own identity as an artist. But with each challenge, he learned to lean on his support system, his friends, family, and the community that had rallied around him. Months passed, and Malik's journey in music continued to evolve. He had released his first single, which quickly gained traction on streaming platforms. The song resonated with listeners, and Malik found himself receiving messages from fans who connected with his story. It was a surreal experience, knowing that his voice was making an impact. As he prepared for a major performance at a local music festival, Malik felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. This was his chance to showcase his talent on a larger stage, but the pressure was palpable. He spent countless hours rehearsing, determined to deliver a performance that would leave a lasting impression. On the day of the festival, the atmosphere was electric. Thousands of fans gathered to see various artists perform, and Malik was one of the headliners. As he stood backstage, he could hear the crowd cheering for the previous act. His heart raced as he thought about stepping into the spotlight. When it was finally his turn, Malik took a deep breath and walked onto the stage. The lights were blinding, but as he looked out at the sea of faces, he felt a sense of calm wash over him. He began to sing, pouring every ounce of emotion into his performance. The crowd responded with enthusiasm, singing along and cheering him on. In that moment, Malik realized that he had transformed from the shy boy who once feared performing into a confident artist who embraced his talent. He was no longer just Marcus King's son. He was Malik King, a musician in his own right. After the performance, Malik was approached by several industry professionals who expressed interest in working with him. It was a dream come true, but he knew that with opportunity came responsibility. He wanted to ensure that his music remained authentic and true to who he was. As he navigated the complexities of the music industry, Malik remained grounded. He continued to write and create music that reflected his experiences and emotions. He also made it a point to give back to his community, using his platform to inspire young artists and encourage them to pursue their dreams. In the months that followed, Malik released his debut album, which received critical acclaim and commercial success. He had successfully carved out his own identity in the music world, and his father couldn't have been prouder. Marcus often joined him on stage for special performances, celebrating their shared love for music while allowing Malik to shine in his own light. Reflecting on his journey, Malik realized that the initial joke about singing at the talent show had been a turning point in his life. It had pushed him to confront his fears and embrace his passion for music. He had learned that sometimes the most unexpected moments can lead to profound transformations. As he stood on stage, performing for a crowd that sang along to his songs, Malik felt a deep sense of gratitude. He had found his voice, not just as an artist but as an individual. And in doing so, he had honored his father's legacy while creating a path uniquely his own. The journey was far from over, but Malik was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that he had the strength and support to succeed.